see that there's a perception gap in Western Europe about who did the brunt of the work in fighting the Nazis, Nazi Germany, and the Axis powers, such as Italy, Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary. In the poll, most of these Europeans have the perception that the United States did the brunt of the work in Europe to fight the Nazis, which is totally incorrect. It's ahistorical, has no ties to historical reality. Most of the work was done by the Soviet Union. Most of the fighting was done by the Soviet Union. The brunt of the work against the Germans was the Soviet Union. But there's a perception gap where history is being forgotten, and in countries like Germany, France, and Britain, which were polled, you see that the majority of people think that it was the United States that played a major role when the United States was one of the last players to get involved in World War II, when the United States was one of the last players to engage the Nazis in fighting. In fact, the United States was supporting the Nazis, at least at an industrial level at the start of the war. So, I mean, in this poll, there's a huge gap which does not recognize the sacrifices of the Soviet Union and all of its constituent republics. Systematically, textbooks have been replaced. Hollywood has played a role in indoctrination. You have video games that they focus on American GIs doing the fighting. So that there is the younger generation isn't aware of what's really happened, what really took place. I mean, there's been a move in the so-called West to actually try to blame the Soviet Union as the country with Nazi Germany that started World War II in 1939. So, I mean, this is the direction that this historical revisionism is going in. It was tacit at the beginning, but it's slowly becoming more and more open. It's becoming more and more overt. And so when you hear a governor in Ukraine saying that the Soviet Union is an aggressor, well, this is a reflection of what is being supported. What's being supported in not just in Ukraine, in the United States, Canada. This type of thinking is actually being supported here.